Hi. So I wanted to start by just showing you some of the creams and different ointments that I use that help me get through the day. It is now 10 to 8 on March 31st. If I have a little bit of a list, it's because I need to wear a night guard. Something that I found out years ago is, of course, that I grind my teeth, which is a lot that it's very unique. No, it's very happens to a lot of people. I'm trying to figure out what the best way to say it. Happens to a lot of people where they grind their teeth at night. And in order to stop that from happening, you wear like a night guard. You usually just wear them on either the upper or the lowers and wear it at night. I had braces on when I was a teenager. And of course, just like most teenagers, once the braces came off and I was given my night guard, I wore it for a few months and then tossed it in the back of my closet and never to be seen again. And then I noticed probably, like 15, 20 years later, that my teeth had started to shift. So in 2016, I decided to do Invisalign. Worked really well, took about 18 months until I was done, but I was very dedicated to it because now that I'm a mature adult, I want to make sure that my teeth stay straight. So if you're looking at something there and it seems a little bit off, that's what it is. So I mentioned in my last video that I now have psoriasis. I've had it probably at least almost a year by now. The first thing that started was that I started to get these little reddened areas on my elbows. So it started with my right elbow, and then it moved to my right knee, just a tiny spot there. And then also I've got them now on a couple of my knuckles. Now, this is a prescription strength medication called clobetasol. So you would need to get this if you have psoriasis. You would know that this would be something that your doctor would prescribe to you. It's clobetasol, and it is a prescription strength 0.05% in a little tube. You put on a very, very thin amount until when it first comes up and erupts, you want to do it twice a day. And then as it starts to calm down, so it's 2 weeks for twice a day, and then you go once a day until it's cleared. Now, it works really well, but it is a very strong thyroid cream, and that's why it requires a prescription. Okay, so that's one. Now, I also get with Hashimoto's and some of the other things that are going on in my body, I get some really strange histamine responses. So histamine responses like allergic reactions. I have on what look like really nice fingernails, but unfortunately what lies underneath these fingernails is my nails started to split and lift off the nail bed. So I did a lot of research on how to address that, and that required then trimming anything that had lifted off the nail bed. And without doing that, you run the risk of the nail never growing back to the way it was. So this happened in October of 2021. It was where it first kind of erupted, and it was very nasty. It is definitely something that can cause you a lot of issues with your self-esteem, because your nails, like my nails prior to this, actually looked like this. So to have them lift and be missing from half of my fingernails, and they hurt because when you put them in water, you start to experience stinging and quite significant pain. So I clip all my nails. I did my research to see what exactly I could do to help myself with that, and it mostly just included taking the tips off that had lifted off the nail beds. It's a kind of a intricate type of um, thing that you need to do so that you can at least give your nails a chance of growing. But if you start to get redness, itching, etc., and anything on your hands, I've tried Benadryl before, and that has worked. I also have over-the-counter hydrocortisone cream. So if what you're having is not like the redness that you would associate with an allergic reaction, but it's inflammation and it's swelling, you can get over-the-counter hydrocortisone cream. It's 1%, so it's not very strong, but it will help to decrease the inflammation in your hands, and it's easy to apply. I have a couple of hand creams that I've been trying. This one is almost done, and this is called Hydra Boost, and it is by Neutrogena. I have found this to be a very quickly absorbing cream, so throughout the daytime, I'll have this in my purse so that if my fingers are getting dry, I'll put this on to at least give myself a little bit of protection. I do most of my hand care at night, and I will use something like this by Hemp's. Get it off Amazon, and it's fragrance free, and it's supposed to be intense hydration. And then what I do is I have bought myself, and they come in packets on Amazon, and I'll link them to the storefront that I have down there. But white gloves. So I put on a decent amount of hand cream, and then I put on the white gloves before it absorbs in. And then because I can get a lot of swelling and inflammation, I put on some gloves, like these hand gloves, so that they're slightly snug than normal gloves. And what that does then, it helps to decrease the inflammation at the tips of your fingernails so that you can get your nails a lot more circulation, and they're not drying out as much as they can. And then as far as muscle pain goes, this is the best thing I have ever tried. Kalea, and it is made in Ontario. It has quite a bit of anti-inflammatory properties. It is not, it is an over-the-counter medication, so you do not need a prescription for it. Now, if you have pain and your muscles are just killing you, what I do with this is I rub it on, put a heating pad over top of it, and just sit and relax and wait until the muscles start to just kind of soften up. You can put it on your back. This also comes in a spray. So if you're at home and you're by yourself and you've got some back pain, neck pain, etc., there's also a version of this that comes in a spray. So you can just spray your back and then put your heating pad over top of it. And one of the heating pads that I like the best is this one. So I don't know if you've ever heard of weighted blankets, but this is actually a weighted heating pad. So you can put it on your chest, you can put it on your stomach, you can put it on your legs, wherever you happen to need it, and it does make you feel nice and cozy. Those are just some of the things that I have found that help me get through my day. I hope you found them helpful too. And like I said, I will make sure that they're all linked down below. And if it's something that you want to try out, then they'll be on my Amazon storefront. As ever, thanks for tuning in. And I hope to see you in my next video. And until then, I'm Ellie. Bye.